Not too long ago, I modded a $22 magnetic keyboard and it turned out very well. You guys really liked it as well. But in this video, we're gonna be modding something even cheaper. I got this magnetic keyboard for just around $20. It is the AULA Win60HE. Let's see how much better we can turn this keyboard into. So here's the Win60HE. Before we go ahead and mod it, change a lot of stuffs about it, the looks and the sound, let's go ahead and listen to the default or stock sound of the keyboard first. Now, not gonna lie, that is crazy impressive for $20. The sound, the stabilizers, the switches, everything is amazing. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be worrying about the stabilizers of this keyboard since it is already pre-lubed. As you can see, there is a lot of efforts already put in this keyboard. So yeah, thanks to that, modding this keyboard will definitely be easier. So let's go ahead and take this keyboard apart. So here are the 5 screws, one on the tab, one on the caps lock, one just beside the space bar, one on the enter key, and one on the backward slash. Okay, we just removed all of the screws. And as you can see, just lift that up. Here is the insides of the keyboard. We do have some foam. Again, this is $20. And then as you can see, here's the PCB. We have some more foam in the middle of the plate and the PCB. And we have the metal frame, or plate I meant, over here. As I mentioned earlier, I don't have any problems with the stabilizer, so we're not really going to be changing that. It is also pre-lubed already. And then we already have some foam over here in the middle of the PCB, so I'm not really going to detach that anymore. And who knows, we might actually be able to use this later. We'll see, but I think we won't necessarily be needing that because the case that PBTfans provided us over here will already have some foam inside that we can use, hopefully. But yeah, other than the case, they also provided us with some keycaps over here and also some switches that we're going to be using. Now, we're actually going to be testing out 2 different magnetic switches. One will be from GATERON, sent to us by PBTfans, and the other one will be from OWLAB, sent to us by QWERTY. These are the TI magnetic switches. These magnetic switches are pretty new and they're apparently better than Gion Ross, which are pretty good switches as well. So yeah, we'll test this out later. But yeah, all of these products will be in the description if you're interested. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start modding this keyboard. We need the case first. This is a pretty well-known case for Win60HEs, but yeah, since the Win60HE over here is pretty similar structure to the Win60HE I meant, they should be compatible both. They should slide right off. Very high quality box alone. But yeah, let's open it up. Yep, there is some foam included already. Some very useful accessories over here. And yeah, here is the case, very protected. I got the anodized red color over here. Look at that high qualityness, bro. This should be full metal aluminum. And I also got a bottom cover panel that will cover the bottom of the keyboard over here. But yeah, this is totally optional, this cover and this accessory. I personally think it will look better though with these. And yet to install this, just unscrew the screw. Then this should perfectly fit over here. Look at that. Then we lock it in place by screwing it back in, just like so. Now this should fit perfectly in here, as you can see. But I'm pretty sure we will need to add a standoff over here, which is one of these guys. Let me just screw that in there. I'll put this back in. We can either use this foam or this foam. I'm just gonna be using the one that came with the Holy60 case. Or you can also try not using any foam if you prefer that sound. Then before we pop the PCB in, make sure that it is set to the W. And let's pop these guys in here. Right, now that we're looking at it in this angle, this is actually kind of eye-catching, the white foam. But yeah, make sure the Type-C is aligned. And then we're gonna be using some screws that also came in with the Holy60. Or you can also reuse the screws that came in with the Win60HE. Go ahead and secure this in. Now that I'm looking at it, that really doesn't look good, the white. So on second thought, we're gonna be changing that. And we're gonna be replacing it with the foam of the Mad60HE over here, which is thankfully dark and gray black. The case of the Mad60HE over here is the Redux anyway, so it's gonna be closed off. So we take these screws apart, and with that, this should come off like that. This is the foam we're gonna be removing. Switches are a little attached, but yeah. Now we're gonna be putting this above the Win60. Close it up just like this. Now how does that look? Better, much better. Then this is the Mad60HE now. Put that back. Finally, problem solved. Now before we forget, let's also put these feet under the case, just like so. Now the keyboard does look already better than what it was stock, definitely, but we definitely can make it look and sound better by changing the switches and the keycaps. Removing those switches and keycaps was so much easier compared to the Mad60HE. The switch spooler over here from SIMGOT definitely helped. But yeah, I think the switches are also a big deal. The gray wood switches, I think that's what they're called. The switches that comes in stock with the Win60HE. Now we gotta decide, are we gonna be using the TI switches or the T switches, or the GATERON magnetic Jade Pros? I mean, not gonna lie, we can just test them out both. So let's just go ahead and test the TI switches first, because I'm very interested with these guys. I haven't heard or tried them before. The Jade Pros I've kind of tried already, a lot of times actually. But okay, let's see what we got over here. Here they are. Here's some specs about them. Closed bottom. Here's a little sound test. That actually sounds very nice. I love that. I have high expectations already. It also does sound very smooth. I think they are pre-lubed if I'm not wrong. But yeah, I really do love how they sound like. Very minimal wiggle wobble. Again, they mentioned that the performance of these switches are better compared to the Geon Raws. But yeah, let's go ahead and apply these switches. Finally done applying them all. They do fit pretty well, and some of them go in pretty smoothly, but I feel like some of them are gonna be kinda hard to remove, not gonna lie. But okay, we are almost complete, as you can see. Now one of the only things missing, the keycaps. Amazing quality keycaps. These are PBTfans Crosshair. I mean, I can already see it looking good on this keyboard, bro. So without further ado, let's go ahead and apply them. It is finally finished. Won't you look at that? It definitely looks so much better than the stock Win60HE. I really love how it turned out. The strap really fits the colors we got over here on the keyboard. And even though it took a lot of effort taking apart the Win60HE over here and as well as the Mad60HE just to get that foam, that black foam, I think it is worth it. Just like, it fits so much better on the keyboard. I'm very glad I did that. But yeah, other than the amazing looks we got over here, better than before, I'm sure the sound is also gonna be the same, better than before. So without further ado, let's go ahead and have a little sound test. Now it doesn't just sound so much better, but also feels so much better in my opinion. What do you guys think? Comment down below. But yeah, I think the keyboard really sounds so good. I am so happy on how the sounds, the looks, everything turned out. The TI switches definitely did not disappoint, and all of the other materials we used over here. There's definitely very minimal wiggle wobble on these switches. Without pressing down, very stable. While pressing down, still very stable. I personally don't think they're too heavy. I do love the bottom out, so I'm very happy with the closed bottom decision. And not just for the feeling, but also the sound definitely improves it. And they do say here it is thocky, the sound of these switches. I mean, I can definitely hear it. But what do you guys think? Is it thocky? But yeah, I can definitely hear the thockiness, but there is definitely some creaminess as well. And yeah, I think it is a good decision not really messing with the stabilizers, because they do sound pretty good already. I have no problems with them. Not rattly at all. Now, I also did mention earlier that we're going to be testing out these other HE magnetic switches. But yeah, these new OWLAB TI HE magnetic switches are definitely going to be one of my new favorites, along with the magnetic Jade Pros over here, because yeah, these guys are like one of my favorites as well. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, I think it will be hugely personal preference which would you prefer. But yeah, these new TI magnetic switches will definitely be able to compete with these magnetic Jade Pros, and again with the Geon Ross. Let's try these magnetic Jade Pros though. Let's first just change half of the switches of the magnetic keyboard, and if we end up liking the Jade Pros more, then we can go ahead and remove everything else. Now here's a little sound test of the Jade Pros. I'm definitely reminded now why Jade Pros are one of my favorites again. They just sound so good. You guys heard that probably. Again, this will definitely be personal preference, which sound you like more. But from what I can observe, the Jade Pros are a little bit more quiet, while the TI switches are a bit more, just a little bit more louder and higher pitched. Like the bottom out is a bit more aggressive over here for the TI HE magnetic switches. Now, a lot of people will definitely prefer that, but some will also definitely prefer these magnetic Jade Pro feels with that softer, smoother feel. They're a little bit more quieter and a bit creamier if I describe it, the Jade Pros. So yeah, again, personal preference. What do you guys think sounds better? Comment down below. But I can be confident though that I do like the spacebar more on the Jade Pros. But yeah, again, can be totally personal preference. Gaming wise and feeling wise though, I actually feel like I'd prefer the OWLAB TI switches over here. They're a bit more snappy feeling. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Now, for those that wants to see the keyboard with the RGB, why not? Let's go ahead and plug it in over here. And there it is. The red RGB light is ready. Can you guys see it? The red RGB. You can kind of see it picking through. The keycaps aren't really that see-through though. But yeah, in real life, it is definitely more visible. But yeah, we're also gonna be playing with this keyboard. And yeah, here's some gameplay for you guys.
Rushing right side.
Like, ooh.
Oh, CT close.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Oh my god, mate.
Like, ooh.
Gotta be close left then.
Yeah, right.
Flash here.
Oh, seven.
Go. Nice.
Go in, kill him. Nice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
One
100
Oh.
on it, Lena.
Portal. My ult's ready. Deep.
Oh,
Sorry,
your
no.
body.
Anyone else?
Wait, Reyna side.
One enemy remaining.
Water.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I pray and hope that you enjoyed that gameplay. The switches that you heard mostly are the GATERON Magnetic Jade Pros, but I ended up switching back to the TI Magnetic switches. I don't know, I just personally like how they feel like more and sound like, to be specific with this build. But yeah, again, can be totally personal preference. It just feels more full if I describe the sound and the feel. But both switches are amazing though. I won't regret using any of them, or like I'll be fine using any of them. But yeah, I'm very happy with how this keyboard turned out. What do you guys think? The sound, the feel, the looks, it's so good. Definitely gonna be one of my most favorite sounding magnetic keyboards I have right now. I think it does beat the sound of the Win60HE that we modded over here. But again, when it comes to sound, can totally be personal preference. If you guys are interested in any of the materials used in the modding this video, I'll be putting it in the links in the description. And huge thank you to PBTfans for sending me a lot of these, the keycaps, the case, the Jade Pros, and also huge thank you to Keys for sending me the TI magnetic switches. Really love them. I'll be putting a more dedicated review about them in the channel soon, so if you're interested, be sure to subscribe. I'll also really appreciate a like in this video. But yeah, again, very proud of the new Win60HE over here. I pray and hope that you enjoyed the video. I'll go and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.